quote for this week is by a Sufi poet Rumi to celebrate the Persian New Year and to celebrate spring. He said, "The outward spring and garden are a reflection of the inward garden." And so it's a beautiful time of the year. It's a lovely spring afternoon hanging out outside with Sasha and Tay. To say what we're going to be studying this semester is perfect as we celebrate. And I want to thank Parisa, our friend and student who shared the traditions of the Persian culture and celebrating spring and celebrating the earth. And this time of the year where we move from the darker season, the shorter days, to longer days and to more sunshine, more brightness. It's a perfect prelude into this semester where we're going to be studying the ascension into our lightness and our health through the physiology and spirituality of yoga. So the ascension, moving upward into lightness, light being like the springtime, bright days, longer sun, more sun, as well as this time of the year we start to feel lighter. We get out of our heavy bare bodies and we start walking more and spending more time outside, and so we feel that lightness. And it's perfect to think about how we do that in our yoga practice. This is one of my 7 tips to enlightenment was yoga. And we can use this practice in order to ascend into feeling that light body, but also that light way of showing up and living the precious moments of our days and the corners of our life. So we're beginning this week with, of course, we're ascending. So we're starting with our feet. And one of the first things I'm going to ask you to do is to lose your shoes. Lose your shoes and get to know your feet better. That's one of the things I love about this yoga practice is we're constantly looking at our feet and using our feet and really starting to understand the intricacy of the muscles and the bones and how important it is that we have flexibility in our ankles and our toes, and how important it is that we're rooting through our feet rather than cupping our feet and gripping our toes into the floor. So if you are able to, of course, always listening to conferences is great, but also this week, if you can watch conference, I do have a few pictures of some up dogs by John Scott and Sharat and looking at their ankles and how it relates to their hips. I'm also going to talk to you about how the positioning of your feet can change the outcome of the asana. So something as simple as when we're in up dog, making sure your heels aren't bowing out but pulled in order to rotate the hips forward actually opens up that lower band in your back, the lower back, which can open up and help us start to have healthier backs as well. Of course, we're going to talk about how we stand and how we walk through life. Our feet are what we touch the ground with. So we're not winged creatures. We have feet and we walk through this earth. And to learn through yoga better ways of really understanding our muscles and using those muscles and flexibility in our feet can help us off the mat with our days and how we're standing and sitting and walking. As well, we're going to make that bridge into how our feet have to do with our spirituality. So we're going to be reading Carolyn Meese' Anatomy of the Spirit. I'm asking you to read Chakra 1, the first chakra, and relating the feet to that very base part of our spirituality that's about our family, feeling like we belong, where we stand, feeling secure, having a voice. All of this is part of the first chakra that has to do with our feet. So I have some other fun homework for you. So join me for conference. We're going to ask you to get a foot massage this week and to invest in some slippers and use your shoes as not only a physical way, but a metaphor of letting go or leaving behind your work and your busyness of the day when you're home at night, to put on some slippers and open up your toes and to have that feeling of getting out of those boxes we call shoes and enjoying your evenings of using the feet and just being free from your boxes of shoes. We're lucky here in Southern California because we can wear flip-flops a lot, but I still think a lot of us still come home, and if we're in our sneakers because we were working out, or our work shoes, we tend to come home and leave them on and kind of leave a little bit of that work or day with us. So this is our chance to lose your shoes, lose that, be home, connect to your spirit through your feet, and this week be kind to your feet. Get to to know your feet. I look forward to this entire semester of ascending through our yoga